Ms. Lufton, congratulations on your appointment to BOEM. Very important position for my home state. What experience or background do you have in oil and gas production, particularly in the offshore?
As noted previously, I was the first Assistant Secretary for Energy and Environment for the state of New York, and look forward to assuming this role and appreciate your congratulations, sir. I look forward to working with you.
Okay, but New York doesn't have any offshore oil and gas production, and so my point is that this is a really important part of your agency's portfolio, and I'm very concerned that without you having any background on that type of energy, that you're going to come in with a bias or a prejudice toward, and I understand and heard you testify earlier about some of your experience with wind energy, offshore wind energy in the state of New York. The offshore energy in the state of Louisiana, it is, you have 6 states that produce offshore energy and conventional energy. Louisiana produces more than the 5 of them combined times 4. I mean, and it is one of the largest revenue streams for the U.S. Treasury, funding everything from veterans programs, education programs, infrastructure programs, healthcare programs, senior citizen programs. And my concern is without background, we could have some decisions made that aren't necessarily, as I guess all of the above, as President Obama would say, or as informed. Speaking of President Obama, there was a 2016 BOEM report that found that America's greenhouse gas emissions, and this is a quote, will be little affected by leasing decisions under BOEM's 2017 to 2022 OCS oil and gas leasing program, and would likely lead to an increase in emissions due to leakage from foreign sources, which have 40 to 50% greater greenhouse gas emissions. So how do you reconcile some of the decisions that this administration has made with effectively shutting down offshore energy production, sending very clear signals to markets that's the direction, with the report during the Obama administration that effectively found that it wouldn't affect greenhouse gas emissions, and perhaps if it does, it would be in a direction of causing greater emissions?
Well, a few things, Representative. First, if you're asking whether or not I'm capable of assuming the role of the director of BOEM and being able to do a job, I feel very confident in my abilities in order to manage this really important program. I thank you for your question. I'll also remind you that we have a really incredible expertise at the Bureau, that I could not say greater things about the incredible colleagues there, their wealth of expertise and their knowledge, and I'm very confident that we'll continue to make informed science-based decisions as we approach offshore wind as well as oil and gas, and frankly all of our programmatic responsibilities, whether that's minerals management or our environmental programs. Right now, of course, that executive order that I mentioned earlier, Executive Order 14008, Tackling the Climate Crisis at Home and Abroad, directs us to pause oil and gas leasing as we do a review. And we are still in the process of doing that review, and no decisions have been made about how we move forward. However, we are in the process of doing that, expect to have an interim report in the summer timeframe, as we discussed on Friday, and looking forward to really ensuring that we're examining all options going forward.
Thank you. I remind you that there's a expected increase in global demand for fossil fuels through 2050. And as you know, because of some of the great people that you work with, the United States does have an incredible record of environmental sensitivity in regard to our production. And if this energy is going to be demanded, if it's going to be produced somewhere, I'd much rather see it produced in the United States than produced in other places that don't have the same environmental record or the stringent environmental standards that we do here in the United States, and of course your sister agency over at Bessie. So I don't doubt that you're a very bright person. I have no doubt whatsoever, but I do hope that you have a chance to come down to Louisiana, spend some time in the offshore, better understand and experience that industry, understand its importance to our resiliency investments in our coastal communities, our economy, and how we actually produce with lower emissions than virtually any other source in the U.S. So thank you. Yield back, Mr. Chair.
Well, Representative, it's something I'm very aware of, but we'll take you up on your kind offer to host me.
Hey, I would be happy to, and you can ask the chairman.
Yes, I'm going to actually jump in. Garret is a wonderful host. He has hosted myself and Representative Huffman, and it really was reflective of all the interests in the district came, and we talked, and it was really very, very informative. And
I mean that too. I mean it. I'd be happy to host you down there. I really would.